Terry McCrann. Terry, what can we expect in 2023? I trust your judgment far more than these analysts.
Right now, Rita, we're in a limbo period. We're all waiting and watching to see what happens over the next 2 months. Now, formally, we're in a limbo period because the Reserve Bank's had its last meeting for the year at the beginning of December. It meets again at the start of February. So we are all waiting to see what actually develops in the property market specifically, but more broadly in the economy. And most particularly, the Reserve Bank Governor, Philip Lowe, is waiting to see how things develop over the next 2 months. And that's putting aside any left-wing disasters that might come out of who knows where, China or Russia, Ukraine, the oil market, et cetera, et cetera. Right now, we want to see what's happening with the economy. With all those interest rate rises we had through the course of 2022, Philip Lowe will come back at the start of February. Right now, he's thinking, I'm going to be either lifting rates again by 25 points, not the 50 points that we saw frequently through the year, or maybe this is the time I'll have a pause. I think he would really love to have a pause on interest rates to say that we're starting to get on top of inflation. I don't have to hit either the property market or the general economy any more severely than I have to date. And therefore, when you get into 2023, we might actually start to see the sort of thing that you were talking about in the intro, that the property market bottoms, the economy has had all its pain, and then we can look through 2023 to something that's picking up. Now, I'm not predicting that right now, but I think very importantly, we just have to see how December and January progress. December is going to be a fantastic Christmas for retailers. We're going to have the biggest Christmas spending spree we've seen, not just through COVID, but probably for the last decade, because people basically have a lot of money despite those interest rate rises. So, I mean, it's not as bad or gloomy whether you're talking about the property market specifically or more generally in the economy as the fearmongers would have it. So we watch what happens over the next 2 months.
But is there a magic figure? Is there a magic figure where if inflation is at that level or below, then the rate increases can pause? Or if it's above that, then we can expect even more?
Good question, Rita. Not a magic figure, but the Reserve Bank said inflation is going to peak in the year to December. So it's expecting what on the surface looks like a bad number, something closer to 8% for inflation. But that would be, to the third party, that would look like a bad number, higher than it's been since the 1990s and higher than it's been through 2022. But the Reserve Bank is expecting that. If it was to go much higher than 8% for the year, then that would be that bad number, which would cause a reassessment of what's going to happen in 2023. If it comes in less than, say, 7.5%, that's the number that would get you a pause in interest rates in February. And then, again, we see what happens into March.